Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. May 31st stands as a profoundly transformative day in the human timeline, striking a masterful balance between epic engineering triumphs, enduring cultural legacies, and vital turning points in global health and civil rights. It is a day anchored by the 1977 completion of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline System, an extraordinary feat of cold-weather civil engineering, while simultaneously celebrating the literary birth of pioneering American poet Walt Whitman in 1819. The date bears witness to historic political accountability, marking the 1962 execution of Nazi war criminal Adolf Eichmann, alongside the deep societal reflections brought on by the devastating Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921. From the operational debut of London's iconic Big Ben clock tower in 1859 to the vital modern mobilization of the World Health Organization's World No Tobacco Day, May 31st beautifully encapsulates the relentless momentum of human progress, justice, and memory. Let us look at the significant historical events of May 31st, categorized by cultural, educational, financial, physical, mental, relational health, political, professional, social, spiritual, and scientific and technological points of view. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. From cultural point of view, 1819, birth of Walt Whitman, the influential American poet, essayist, and journalist whose seminal collection Leaves of Grass revolutionized American poetry with its celebration of democracy, nature, and free verse. 1859, the Great Clock Tower of the Palace of Westminster, famously known as Big Ben, becomes operational in London, keeping time for the first time and establishing an enduring symbol of British heritage. 1930, the legendary Hollywood actor and director Clint Eastwood is born in San Francisco, California, launching a career that would profoundly shape the Western and crime drama film genres. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. From educational point of view, 1921, the University of Southern California, USC, formally breaks ground on its new Bovard Administration Building, a major structural expansion that solidified its educational and research footprint in Los Angeles. 1971, the landmark Supreme Court case Lemon v. Kurtzman is argued, ultimately establishing the Lemon test in the United States to evaluate whether a law violates the Establishment Clause regarding government funding for religious educational institutions. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. From financial point of view, 1884, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg patents flaked cereal, a health food innovation that his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, later commercialized into a massive industrial empire, laying the groundwork for the modern global breakfast food industry. 1927, The last Ford Model T rolls off the assembly line at the Highland Park plant in Michigan, concluding a legendary production run of over 15 million vehicles that fundamentally disrupted global manufacturing, consumer credit, and industrial finance. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. From physical, mental, relational health point of view, 1987, the World Health Organization, WHO, passes a resolution creating World No Tobacco Day, establishing a permanent global initiative to raise awareness about the physical dangers of tobacco use and to advocate for public health policy reforms. 2010, the World Federation of Neurology introduces initiatives on this day to promote global brain health, emphasizing therapeutic access and mental health awareness for neurodegenerative conditions worldwide. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st, from political point of view. 1910. The British colonies of Cape, Natal, Transvaal, and Orange River are unified to form the Union of South Africa, a major geopolitical consolidation under the British Empire that laid the groundwork for the modern South African state. 1913. The 17th Amendment to the United States Constitution is officially declared ratified, establishing the direct popular election of U.S. senators by the public rather than by state legislatures. 1962. Nazi war criminal Adolf Eichmann, a chief architect of the Holocaust, is executed by hanging in Israel following a historic, globally publicized trial for crimes against humanity. 1970. An earthquake in Peru triggers a catastrophic landslide that buries the town of Yungay, resulting in a political crisis and a massive mobilization of international humanitarian aid to handle the displacement of survivors. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st. 1889. The devastating Johnstown flood occurs in Pennsylvania, killing over 2,200 people after the South Fork Dam failed. The disaster and subsequent public outrage led to legal reforms that strengthened product liability laws and professional engineering accountability parameters in the United States. 1916. The British Grand Fleet and the German High Seas Fleet clash in the Battle of Jutland, the largest and most intense naval battle of World War I, testing the professional strategic doctrines of modern dreadnought warfare. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st intensifies overnight as a heavily armed white mob invades the prosperous black neighborhood of Greenwood in Oklahoma. Over the course of May 31st and June 1st, the district is completely destroyed. Hundreds of residents are killed, and thousands are left homeless in one of the worst acts of racial violence in American history. 2020. Massive, nationwide Black Lives Matter protests fill the streets across major global cities following the murder of George Floyd, demanding systematic policing and social justice reforms. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st from spiritual point of view. 1578. The ancient catacombs of Rome are accidentally rediscovered by laborers on the Via Salaria, revealing vast subterranean structures filled with early Christian art, iconography, and spiritual relics of early martyrdom. 1806. The cornerstone of the Baltimore Basilica, the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, is laid, becoming the first Roman Catholic cathedral constructed in the United States. Historically significant things that happened on May 31st, from scientific and technological points of view. 1977, the monumental Trans-Alaska Pipeline System is completed. Spanning 800 miles from Prudhoe Bay to Valdez, the pipeline stands as a triumph of cold-weather civil engineering, designed to safely transport crude oil across treacherous permafrost and rugged mountain ranges. 1990, the automated Karlsruhe tritium neutrino, CATRIN, experiment infrastructure concepts are initiated in Germany, pushing the boundaries of particle physics to precisely measure the mass of the neutrino. 2008, the Space Shuttle Discovery launches on mission STS-124, carrying the main pressurized module of the Japanese experiment module, Kibo, the largest single laboratory component of the International Space Station, into orbit. Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology. Reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us, I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, and as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question: what would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments, what would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.